Bill and Tricia, thanks so much for opening your home up to Alex and I on Greenhouse Scholars. My name's Nick Tarleton, and I grew up about 10 minutes away in Westchester, Illinois. I want to give you a little bit about my background story. Greenhouse Scholars has been in my life for 6 years now. 6 years of dealing with Pete, amazing. But 6 years of Greenhouse Scholars really cultivated my life and my future, and helping me truly understand the impact that I can have as a leader in my community. A little background to my story. We moved from the Humboldt Park area in 2008. So at the time, my mother and my father were together. I came home one day from school and realized that half of everything was taken out of the house. I had 2 bunk beds, and I was only down to 1. Turns out I learned that my mother and my father would be going through a divorce that was very toxic and nasty and took a huge toll on me. But I didn't let that get me down. But other things started to truly take a mental toll on me. My mother was cleaning a window one day at home, and the window fell on her finger and severed it. That led her to be out of work for 6 months, which kind of transitioned into having to file bankruptcy, foreclosure, and us not living the American dream. We moved around so many times, and I was picked on and bullied, especially as an only child. Still, I didn't let that get to me because I learned early on that as an only child, I needed to learn how to persevere. So during my sophomore year of high school, I started researching programs, and I overcame my current struggle by participating in the Research Apprentice Program at the University of Illinois, where I did an internship with Kraft and PepsiCo on learning how to make certain foods that they produce a little bit healthier than what they were. My junior year of high school, I did a 7-week research study on childhood obesity and genetics at the University of Illinois, learning how certain kids have a genetic trait that triggers them to be obese when they're born. My senior year of high school, I attended the Proviso Mathematics and Science Academy. I did research for 8 hours each week, learning about low socioeconomic communities and how those communities are considered food deserts in the Chicagoland area. At the age of 7, I knew that I wanted to go into the food industry because I had lost my grandmother on my mother's side due to diabetes. And my family has a historical trait of diabetes, strokes, heart cancer, and kidney failure. Though I had determined what school I wanted to apply to, I applied to 61 colleges and universities and was able to get into them all on a full ride. So I apologize to those other 60 kids that wanted to get into those schools, because I knew that my first choice was the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. When I went to college, I studied food science and human nutrition and had multiple internships thanks to Greenhouse Scholars and the various mentors that supported me. My mentor is Brian Weed. He lives in the Hinsdale community, and he just transitioned to the Tarleton Hills community. But Greenhouse Scholars has truly given me more mentors than just Brian, such as Jerry and Mayor Jablonski. Greenhouse Scholars flew me out to a symposium. It was my first time on the plane, and being an only child, as I'm kind of stressed on, I was able to gain a sense of family. I'm not really close with my family, but Greenhouse Scholars truly helped me realize how important family is and that they don't have to be biological. There I learned about other scholars who had experienced things that were on the same level as mine. I had met my best friend, Swami McNeil, who had been in the foster care system for a while, and was just really inspired by these scholars, both in Colorado and Illinois. Greenhouse Scholars, as I kind of hit on as well, provided me a lot of mentorship. I went to college and pulled about 50 all-nighters the first semester. And my mentor, Brian, kind of helped me realign on how to truly study and make more time and use my time efficiently. Throughout my college experience, there are 3 points that Greenhouse Scholars kind of helped me achieve. 1, being the first person in my family to graduate from a public 4-year institution. 2, being a resident advisor, helping undeclared students, first-year students, be able to choose a major and help them with career exploration. And the third most important one was being the first African-American male to graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Food Science and Human Nutrition since the founding of the College of Agriculture in 1868.
Wow.
Greenhouse Scholars has been so vital to my life, my future, and my short and long-term goals. One of my long-term goals is to reduce childhood obesity and improve the quality and safety of food. And I'm doing that now at the Kraft Heinz Company as an associate scientist in business process development. Ways that I've given back to Greenhouse Scholars, not only monetarily, but through love and support. When I left that symposium back in 2012, I felt a true disconnect with the scholars that I had gained a lot of support and connected with. And I started a Facebook page for us to keep in touch with each other each day. We posted things that we were going through, tests that we had bombed, and really just reached out to one another for moral support that was truly needed, not only from our mentors, but just pure support. Also with Greenhouse Scholars, I've had the amazing opportunity to interview scholars like Alex, and sit there and not interrogate them, but also just really try to understand their background story and what they're capable of. So I'm forever thankful for Greenhouse Scholars allowing me to sit in front of them in 2012 and transform my life and be able to be a leader not only in my community, but also hopefully be a leader in the food industry. Thank you.